Hey, what's up, people? How's it going there? Yeah, I told you guys you're gonna get tired of me, you know? You guys been asking me a lot of questions about JA and this one and that one and who do I think's the best and where do I rank myself in the whole thing and everything. So, as you see, I've been speaking about that quite often. Now I'll actually talk about in what order I believe these people did that thing. So, all right, like I said, it's between Cost and JA, but JA I say wins. And honestly, you know, like I'm not being, it's my opinion on it, and it's like even more than an opinion, but it's not by as much as you guys are saying in the comments down below. Like, JA did go to California, like I said, and he opened a whole big can of worms over there. He did it to the point where I was hearing about it sitting in the fucking Bronx, New York. So it was a lot of stuff. But, you know, if I'm going to start going down things that are what I heard, I mean, you know, yeah, it's obvious he was active throughout that point, but of course took a lot of breaks and stuff like that. But, you know, then again, Cost actually, I forgot, someone reminded me in the comments that he's actually had another tag before he even wrote Cost. I mean, I don't want to go blowing up his other tag because, you know, I mean, now he's popped and stuff like that, and he's been arrested and all. And if I was him, I'd run out and start writing that tag all over the place. But then again, I'm not him. But yeah, so you know, Cost did a lot. He's also pretty much the godfather of that whole sticker movement, putting up the whole wheat paste thing. I mean, yeah, back in the '60s at Woodstock and shit like that, people would put up wheat paste signs like love, peace, and happiness. I mean, even as far back as the fucking cowboy days, if there's like a wanted poster, they'd stick it up with the wheat paste. But what Cost did with the wheat paste, he actually formed the fucking revolution, man. Like, yeah, you guys just don't understand the amount of damage I'm talking about with that whole thing. So yeah, I would have to say now, all right, I figured it out. It's like this. God forbid, J.A. died right now. J.A. died in his sleep, and he's no longer alive on this earth. God forbid now, you know? And you would not see no more J.A. stuff. Now, the next day, imagine this. Cost goes to the doctor and finds out he's going to die in 6 months. He's got cancer. He'll see Cost get off his ass, and he'll start tearing shit up because what else has he got to do? You know what I'm saying? So, in any one of those moments, that shit could shift either fucking way. You get me? It's like, yeah, of course, man, you can't sleep on him, man. He's like one of them cicadas, man. You know, like the cicada and shit. That's truthful, man. And now on a couple of the other comments you guys have been asking. No, I'm not a homosexual. I've never been involved with a man or male in my life. Any animals, never got down with no bestiality or anything like that. No, I've never been sexually involved with a man. That's not my thing. I'll tell you a funny one, but I was going to this, and Sammy's actually here, D3's here. It's funny, I went to, I'm in my 50s, I'm 53 years old now. So I went to get one of those exams, a prostate exam. The doctor tells me you gotta get your prostate exam, you know, Robert, you're up there in your 50s, you're getting old, we gotta check out your prostate, right? So the guy sticks his finger up my fucking ass, he's goofing around in there, you know, so he gets done, you know. My girlfriend was with me at the time, or a girl I was hanging out with, but we come back home, you know, and we're talking about it, and D3 Sammy's here, you know, so she says to him, you know, like this guy had his finger up his ass for quite some time, you know. So now it's hard for me to talk about this shit with a straight face. He's like, yo. So then Sammy, you know, with a serious business mind face and stuff, he's like, well, Rob, they don't even do that no more. Like there's some kind of like electrical device they're supposed to use to do this stuff with, to the best of his knowledge. Sammy's a couple of years younger than me. So now, he's like, Robert, how long, you know, did this guy have his finger up your fucking ass? Or this doctor had this finger up your fucking ass? So I'm like, I don't know, like a minute and a half. He's like, Sammy's like, you know, D3. He's like, what? He's like, oh, dude, you were sexually assaulted. Am I lying? Now, after all this shit, I'm uncomfortable. We're over here talking about my ass and whatnot, So I'm like, yeah, all right, the party's over or whatever. So, Sammy goes home and everything, D3, he goes home and everything. So, the girl that originally brought this to Sammy's attention about how this doctor stuck his finger up my ass for quite some time. She's still there, So it comes time to go to sleep and whatnot, we start doing a wild thing. We get sexually involved with each other, I'm doing my thing, right? All of a sudden, she sticks her fucking finger on my ass. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing, And this chick, she's a lot younger than me, I'm like 53, she's like 24, 25 years old, So she sticks her fucking finger on my ass. I'm like, yo, I hop up, like, what the fuck? I swear my dick went limp, the whole shit. Like, yo, what the fuck you doing? I'm not sticking your finger on my ass and stuff. So, like I said, she's young. She's like 24 years old or something like that. Well, she starts explaining to me that about some kind of walnut type thing that's up there. It's a prostate that when stroked properly, properly or something, it's supposed to be like or like an organism for orgasm for a man. Right? So I said, yeah, sure, why not? Like I said, these younger folks are into weirder shit. I'm old school, I let her do this shit. I'll tell you, she stuck her finger up in there and she poked around a little bit. I was like, whoa, get your finger out my ass. Like, I don't know, I felt a little funny, I said, don't do that shit no more, man. Nah, that's not cool. Then the next day, I get on the phone to Sammy. I'm like, oh, Sammy, this chick stuck her finger up my ass. And I don't know, that shit was kind of weird, man. That shit was like, there's like a little thing up there. Like, it makes you like, woo, Sam's like, yeah, well, that's your G-spot or some crazy shit. And I'm like, well, all right. And I hung up. But for real, right, Sam? Like, me and Sam, we go way back. We talk about everything. I'll be like, oh, dude, I got this hemorrhoid hanging off the side of my ass. Like, Like, me and like Sammy, man, D3, man. That's like my brother, man, But, yes, no, I ain't a fag. I mean, a homosexual, no, that ain't me. Mental psychiatrist, do I see a psychiatrist? No. I haven't. As a matter of fact, I vowed the day, like when I became of legal age to like not have these people poking and prodding with my fucking brain, I said no, never again. I did not ever seek mental help. Now, the reason for that was, like I said, back during the times of Spofford, when I was young and 15 years old in Spofford, 135-pound white boy fighting for his life in Spofford, they would send you to these therapists, psychiatrists, shit like that. And they'd poke around with your fucking brain and try and see what all types of shits and get reactions. I don't believe they were trying to help you. It was almost like you were a guinea pig or something for them. But, I jumped through the hoops there when they told me to think maybe, this will help me get out or something like that. But, once I hit the age of 21 years old, I was diagnosed as a sociopath, PTSD, and even from a young age. I guess, you stick me in a fucking cage. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm a child, man. Of course you're gonna get something fucking going wrong, So once I hit 21, I didn't fuck around like that no more. Now, after my baby's mother died, I was losing a lot of weight. I got pretty skinny. I took a lot of time off from work, and I was suggested to go there by the Employee Assistance Program. I went once or twice. I go into the place. This is right where the Flatiron District, the building is. I go in the first appointment. I tell the guy my name is Robert Dyer. Shakes my hand, starts writing me a fucking prescription. Like, I honestly didn't even sit down with this man yet. I mean, all he knows is my name. I mean, we talked on the phone and all. And it's like, well, the loved one, your baby's mother, the woman you love, that had been viciously murdered, and, this has got to do something to your head. And I'm like, yeah. But with the pills, he's like, oh, well, that will help you. I'm like, no, like, I'm supposed to mourn that shit. Like, this girl's no longer alive, and she's passed away, And I'm gonna feel sad. That's like a normal mourning process. Like, why would I want to deaden that by some kind of fucking medications or something? So right after that, I was like, this guy, man, fuck that. Like, they're going down that shit, Left a bad taste in my mouth. So I never went back. I went back to the Employee Assistance Program, and I told him, look, I don't need someone fucking with my head. What I need to do is know how to take care of a baby. Like, I basically need to know how to become a father, and I need to know how to become a father fast. So, pretty much, they were of no help with that shit either. Go here, go there, this, that. Pretty much my mother helped me, Sammy, who's sitting right here. D3 was like a father to the kid. My brother helped me, and my son wound up pretty well, man. We all became pretty good, Yeah. Mental, nah, you bother with that shit. The way I look at it, like the way you're born on this earth is the way you're fucking born on this earth. In other words, like some people have diabetes, some people are born blind, some people this way, some people that way. A lot of mental issues, I believe, are formed by environment. Like if you're living in a stressful environment for a long period of time, you're gonna get a little fucked up in the head. So once you know that and understand that, you know how to curb it. Like with the whole sociopath thing, like I knew I was different from day one. That's why I was able to hang out with these 357 guys, you know what I'm saying, from up there, the park there, because they were like me, you know. So when you know you're fucked up in the head and you're hanging out with a bunch of people that know they're fucked up in the head, you start to learn how to act like you're not fucked up in the head. So then you can actually function in society as a normal human being and not act like you're fucked up in the head. But the one trigger, and still to this day I still suffer from, is my anger. My anger. I just snap sometimes still. I'm just like, oh my God, fuck you, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And that causes me problems. That's when I'm out of character, so to say. You know, it's like bizarro world. You gotta walk around acting and watching and thinking about every single thing around you. Am I acting weird? Do I look weird? Am I presentable? Is my voice too high? Is my like, yeah, when you know, you live a life, you live a fucking life. You become a chameleon, you know. I was explaining chameleons and people that are like chameleons, like Alpo I mentioned before. It was very chameleon-like. Tell you, Klaus too. He's very chameleon-like. You know, being able to blend in, associate, but that's really just more like talking to yourself in the mirror, you know? Peace, people.